Hi Rachel, it is Monday, May 2nd, 2011, and I found that old poster that I had you guys all sign last year. Yay!
Sunshine, lollipops, and rainbows. Everything that's wonderful is what I feel when we're together. Brighter than a lucky penny when you're near. The rain goes, disappears, dear, and I feel so fine.
This is totally our math
just
class.
to know that you are mine.
Well, nice sticker. Go Nerdfish. That should totally be our second mascot. That's amazing. I'm glad that your punishment wasn't all that bad. And I'm glad that your Core 40 test went well. It is pretty amazing how a lot of people, unless you paint your face a different color or something, I don't think people would really notice. It's really funny, because one time, remember when I told you that I did the Harry Potter scar on my forehead? And I also drew it on my brother? Well, I went to school that day and people were just like, so you're Harry Potter, right? And I'm like, yeah! And they were like, okay. It wasn't that big of a deal. It's like all of a sudden people just sort of expect it out of you. Really funny. Well, once again, glad your Core 40 went well. I won't have time to edit this video, so there will be a lot of ums. I apologize. And, oh my goodness, Triscuit's licking your feet. That's adorable. My mom always, for some reason, our family is a little bit hypersensitive to dogs licking. I mean, it's amazing that the dogs lick your feet. Remember when you used to say that you'd be talking on the phone and Monty would be like, Triscuit would be licking inside your mouth? My mom was always... our dog would not get away with that in our house at all. Speaking of Monty, I found him in my room when I came home today. I was really scared because he was sort of sitting there and his paw was on top of an electrical outlet. And he looked sort of scared and he was on his back. And that scared me. He might have been slightly electrocuted. That was a little bit scary. Well, the good thing is that he got up right away and he was fine. So he might not have been, but I'm still a little bit concerned. Speaking of which, I just found this out today. But we are about to, well, I'm not sure now, but we're about to close for our house selling today. And we had our house tested for radon. My house, my old house, that I spent 11 years living in, has slightly dangerous amounts of radon in the basement. I did not know that. I mean, at 4, it needs to be treated. Like, you shouldn't be living down there. As in sleeping. Like, if someone was sleeping in the basement, then we should be concerned, obviously, because radon causes lung cancer. It's like a direct link. But nobody really sleeps down in the basement. So, I'm glad that's so, but that's still sort of creepy that I've been down there a lot, and it's a little bit radioactive. If a scaling of 4 is when you have to get it treated, ours was about a 4.5, so it's not like it was off the charts, but that was still not very... That was an interesting discovery there. Also... headphone piano, that's amazing. That reminds me of when we went to Pages. You know Pages, right? And they have that for trumpets. They have a mute that goes on the end of the trumpet, and you plug it into headphones, and I think that's amazing. I mean, how does the trumpet still make noise? Kayla, oh my goodness. It was amazing. She was laughing at school today because of that Facebook comment where you're like, OMG, you're Kayla, and you're not black! That's amazing. Also, there's so many moments here where I miss you so much, especially in gym, because you were my motivation. You were my motivation to work hard, especially in team sports. I really like running, like singular sports, but when it comes to team sports, I'm very hesitant to participate. And you were always that one there who helped me, like, get involved. And I would crack jokes and stuff, and I'm glad you enjoyed that. But it's first thing in the morning, my gym class, and I'm not really a morning person at all. So sometimes I'm like, I wish Rachel were here to motivate me. Yeah. Also, the other day I was eating a pear, and the little pear hair got stuck in my braces, and I was thinking, I totally wish you and Connor were here, because then I would just be like, that dang-nabbit pear hair! And then we would all laugh, and it would be awesome. I can't wait till you visit for that exact reason. It'll be so fun. In fact, never mind, that'll be in an email. Right. Sorry. Digression. Oh, now in gym, I'm normally the person picked last. I feel like I think being picked last on a gym team is often very overinterpreted by little kids. They're like, I was picked last. I am such a loser. It's gotten to the point where I'm like, hey, I'll give you $5 invisible if I get picked last. No, you give me 5 invisible. I bet $5 invisible that I'll be picked last. Sadly, I normally get $5 invisible out of the deal there. That's because our gym class has a lot of talented people. I'm not good at team sports. I apologize, all those in my gym class. Well, also freshman stereotypes. We haven't gotten the one that freshmen wear too much makeup. Although I think there's always a group of people, maybe not freshmen. In fact, actually a lot of freshmen don't wear that much makeup at our school. But there's always that one group of people who are wearing it so much that it looks like their eyes are popping out of their head. Gotta part my hair now. Well, it looks like their eyes are popping out of their head, and it's really funny. Because they're wearing so much. Mary-Kate and Ashley, that bothered me. At one point they wore like black everywhere for the makeup, and that it was sort of strange. But over here, since we have such a tiny, it's like one hallway. Our school is literally one hallway. So at the beginning of the year, all the seniors were like, the freshmen need to learn how to walk through the hallway because there's so many of us and we're packed into a small group of lockers, and it's really hard to walk through the hallways. 3 weeks left of school, or at least at my school. I'm pretty sure for you guys, you end at about the same time, like the end of May, early beginning of June. So you will survive. I will send you my wishes and prayers, and I'm pretty sure you will do awesome on everything because you are Rachel. Oh, by the way, about school, I haven't really told this to anyone, including kids at my school. I've only told it to the principal at my school and to the teachers at my school, so you'll probably get a lot of trolling on this video on YouTube and on Facebook because I haven't told anyone, but I'm switching schools. I'm switching schools next year. Remember that one school where I made the video where I shadowed there? Well, it was actually a little bit more of my mom's decision than it was mine because I really like the IB program because of all of its analytical curriculum rather than learning a lot of facts. The problem was not the teachers. The teachers are awesome at that school. In fact, I think except for like Mr. Peters and Mr. Simon and Mr. McVeigh and Mrs. Abel. Those are the best teachers that I can remember so far in my history. These are so awesome. They're at like Mr. Peters level. All these teachers. Right? They're so amazing. And I feel so bad because it's not them, it's not the teaching, it's the fact that in Indiana it's like their honors here is like advanced in our middle school, right? It's 1 year ahead, and honors was 2 years ahead. Well, this one's only 1 year ahead, so a lot of this was repeat. It had nothing to do with the teachers, had nothing to do with the school whatsoever. It was just the fact that I'd done a lot of the curriculum before, and my mom started looking at AP versus IB, and it turns out that, well, she looked at the goal for, actually there's rare situations where if you're an AP or an IB and you get enough credits, you can enter college you get college credits for it. And she counted the number of schools in the US that counted college credits for AP versus IB, and they actually count a lot more college credit towards AP. don't know the specifics. I'm not going to get in an argument with anyone, but it was actually more my mom's decision. She's the one doing most of the research on the school. I didn't really see it coming. It was sort of a last minute decision last week, and I feel really bad because I'm worried that I missed out on a lot at my school. But the good thing is that the girl that I shadowed at the school that I'm going to next year is extremely nice. Her dad is actually a deacon at my church. Well, she's awesome. She's so amazing. I'm glad that I know her. Like, you'll always be my best friend. I'm just glad that I know some people at this school that will. It's like when I first entered the school, I didn't really know anyone, and it sort of stunted and the fact that I was really sad the first couple of months and sort of antisocial. I didn't really meet so many people, and now that I actually know someone, it's very nice. And I told you before, the atmosphere is amazing at that school, and I'm glad. And I feel horrible. I feel so horrible about it because there's so many very nice kids at my school now, and there's so many nice kids at this new school. To tell you the truth, I don't think it was much of an option to stay at the school. It's sort of complicated, but it seemed like complicated. My mom did most of the deciding, and I'm still a little bit nervous that I left this school and that I'll regret it in the future because it's such an amazing school, but I pray for me. In the meantime, do you have any advice on AP? I'm not sure about IB versus AP. I think maybe AP may be harder in the fact of memorization because IB didn't use much memorization. Although I think a little bit of it is good, I guess, but I'm sort of scared. On the good note, this new school has a very awesome speech team. They sent 3 high schoolers to nationals. So I'm glad. I'm glad about that because at the old school it was once again not the school's fault, but I was the only speech person and it was a little bit lonely. I really don't want to insult this old school because the school that I'm going to this year is amazing. And I'm still really on the fence about both of the schools. Well, anyway, I guess I'll just get a test of AP, and I heard that they're actually doing an experimental DP diploma program, IB program in high school, and if AP doesn't work out, then I could always switch back to the school if that's even possible. But I'm going to try out AP this year, and if I like it, then I'll continue. Well, that's basically where I stand right now. Yeah, there'll probably be people from my school now who will be trolling on this video because, once again, I haven't told anyone yet. You're sort of the first person, and I'm at 13 minutes, so I've got to finish quickly. This weekend, I helped out with my brother's play at the acting studio, Putnam County Spelling Bees. Very funny. There's a song in it that my brother's character sings. My brother plays Chip. He's the one with the unfortunate. If any of you have seen that play, you know what I'm talking about. Look up My Unfortunate Putnam County Spelling Bee. It uses a certain choice word in there. This guy's in puberty and he sees a girl that he really likes. I'll give you that. But it changes that word to distraction. It's like, my unfortunate distraction. It's a pretty good tune song. I also went to acting class today, and it was really fun. And I will see you in 40 days. Woo! Now I can't get Putnam County Spelling Bee songs out of my head. I never will. This song will have a lot of ums. I apologize, and I will see you tomorrow.